What up, you two? I'm back again. Escape Master I now. Gabriel 19 coming at you with the new school series. And that's the new school series, and what we're talking about now is how easy it is to read the Constitution and the federal laws. We're actually into the federal law, and we're actually into Rule 2 of the federal law. We already Rule 1. We read Rule 1, but that's slow. And Rule 2 is one form of action. Now we're going to rewind the selector. Rule 1 was the scope and the purpose of these rules. And the scope was the scope of the boundaries of the United States and other territories that did not pertain to, but it did pertain to the United States. So, and we're into Rule 2. This is the book, and it's the Federal Civil Judicial Procedure and Rules. And basically what we're going to share today in this YouTube House of Fun is Rule 2, which says one form of action. And it says, there shall be one form of action to be known as a civil action. So Rule 2 is one form of action, and that form of action shall be known as a civil action. And then you have the advisory committee notes, and these notes were taken in 1937. And the first note states, this rule modifies USC, United States Constitution, Title 28, former Statute 384, suits in equity when not sustainable. And USC Title 28, Statute 723 and 730, Section 2071, confirming power on the Supreme Court to make rules of practice in equity, are unaffected insofar as they relate to the rule-making power and admiralty. These sections, together with Section 723B, Section 20, Statute 723B, Section 2072, Rules and Action at Law, Supreme Court authorized to make, continue in so far as they are inconsistent with Statute 2072, formerly 723C, Union of Equity and Action at Law Rules, Power of Supreme Court. See Note 3 to Rule 1. USC Title 28, former Statute 724, Conformity Act. 397, amendments to pleadings when case brought to wrong side of court. And 398, equitable defense and equitable relief and action at law are suspended. Now these particular advisory committee notes explains the form of action that should be taken in Rule 2. So honestly, right now, we don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about. But as we go along, we will see that we will know this by what they call the letter of the law. All you have to do is pick up the book. You're not going to go into that. The easiest place to hide something is put it in the book. But we are going to go into, you have to pick it up and you have to read it. And we're doing it together, and it's fine. Let's make it happen. We have food, clothing, shelter by our parents, our grandparents. That was a outrageous and a great job that they have done. When I say outrageous, I mean it was just a supreme sacrifice. And what we need to do is make that sacrifice and Let our children see these books and let them know this is what you need. I mean, this is what's going to make you stronger. This is what the Jews have done, actually. When I say Jews, I don't mean Hebrews. But they have taken the law, they have taken a Sabbath, and they have gotten together, straightened out their affairs, and make things happen. Now, like I said, I'm not saying to live like them. I'm not saying they right or wrong. But I'm saying to be in this game now, technology, that's fine. But with technology, we have to go ahead to the basics of the rules to the game. And the rules is the Constitution, the federal laws, the state laws, and the city laws. Because if you have to go into a state court, you need to know the state laws. If you have to go to a city court or city, you need to know that. They do not mix up, but the federal law will give you what you need, and then you can come down to the state law and then go down to the city laws. And then you have your laws in your town, township laws, you have homestead laws, you got laws for different things. So we need to know how to maneuver our body, and there's other laws after this. It's just a lot of studying to do. So no one should be bored. No one should have, what they say, waste their time. You know, we have just read 2 rules. We read the first rule was the rule or the scope and purpose of rules. The second rule in the rules of civil procedure is called one form of action. And it basically says there shall be one form of action to be known as civil action. So when they're taking civil action, that has nothing to do with the spiritual, because the spiritual laws that are written in Leviticus was the tribe that was chosen to mandate the laws after we left Egypt. And the laws for that was, if you do this, they was actually stoning, killing, you know, and it was rough. It was a rough school. You know, now we got these laws. Let's go ahead and do what we need to do, learn these laws, and it will be just a part of our daily life. Like I said, it's hard for me to read it too, because I'm slow. But that's my other thing, because there's certain things when you don't know, you don't know. But when you do have a jump on what you do know, you gotta make it happen. If you learn something from books and it's not, you know, you got to see if it's real, you know, and that's by experience. That's why they say you have knowledge, that's to know. You have wisdom, is to be able to speak it, and then you have the application or experience, you know, and that's when you actually use it. And after you get to a certain age, what they say, you become, you know, one who has proven these many things, and then you can go ahead and prophesy and let people know, if you do this, this is going to happen. If you do that, that's going to happen, because of the age that you have. But when you're born again, that's a whole nother dimension. So that's why you have different people, and they may look older, but they're younger. They may look younger, but their mindset is older. It depends on what you put in, because what you put in is what you get out. I want to give a shout out to Red Hook Projects, because I was born in Red Hook, and now I want to give a shout out to Webster Project, because that's my second home. I'm going to give a shout out to Octavia, Lord Adela's back, and her family, and hope everything is fine up in there. And I will definitely be getting up there as soon as I finish doing what I'm doing. And the YouTube crew, and the viewers, and my fan base, and my family, and my children, and my baby mama. Baby mamas, right? You know, like I said, life is real. Let's proceed and do what we got to do. Yesterday was yesterday. The now, keep it going, and you'll stay in the now, and you'll keep it making it happen, and you'll be in the future. Never disrespect the teacher, because the teacher knows what's going down. I'm out. One.